Senator Rand Paul is continuing his one-man crusade against Dr. Anthony Fauci, and he took it to Fox News late last week, where he told Fox host Maria Bartiromo that he wants Anthony Fauci imprisoned for 5 years for lying to Congress under oath. And he's already, like I said, 5 years. He was very specific. So apparently in Rand Paul's mind, he's already had a trial. Okay, they've already reached the sentencing point, and he has determined that 5 years is an appropriate punishment for Dr. Anthony Fauci for doing something that, for the record, he didn't even do. See, what Rand Paul thinks happened, but fact checkers have said that's not at all what happened, is he thinks Fauci lied about the National Institute of Health providing funding to a Wuhan lab to basically create super viruses to see if they could spread from bats to humans, because, of course, that is the lab leak theory that these conservatives think, oh, COVID was created by people funded partially by Fauci, and that's why we're in this. None of it's true. Did the NIH, under Fauci's, kind of supervision, provide funding? Absolutely they did. The documents show that. But here's the thing. They provided funding to an independent company called EcoHealth Alliance that was studying, what is it called here? Let me get the theory right, because I don't want to mess it up here. Gain of function is what it's called. Gain of function, which basically is determining whether or not certain viruses are able to go from animals to humans. What kind of mutations are needed along the way for it to go from animals to humans. It's very important in scientific study. However, there is no evidence, because Fauci said, no, we did not fund the creation of this virus. There's no evidence to suggest that EcoHealth Alliance actually mutated viruses with the money that they were given from the National Institute of Health. So Rand Paul's claim that Fauci lied has already been debunked multiple times over by all of the independent fact checkers that have looked at this, because there's no evidence to suggest that any of it is true and that Fauci in fact misled Congress. Therefore, I'm sorry, Rand Paul, you cannot hit him with your 5-year prison sentence. But nevertheless, Rand Paul has a backup plan. He says, listen, if we can't get him in jail for 5 years, then he should at least step down. The question I have: why are people obsessed with Anthony Fauci? Why is anyone, good or bad, obsessed with Dr. Anthony Fauci? He's just a dude doing his job. He's not responsible for the pandemic. He's not the one pulling us out of the pandemic. He is one of many individuals working on this issue, gaining information as it comes in and making decisions based upon that. Or actually not even making decisions, making recommendations for decisions based on that information. He is neither a hero nor a villain, yet this obsession with Fauci is only getting worse. And I for the life of me, cannot understand it. But with Republicans, I can. I can't understand the folks on the left who are either attacking him or praising him. Like, okay, that's too much. He's not a hero. He's not a villain. But on the right, the reason they're attacking Fauci is because they need somebody to blame. I mean, they were in charge of the pandemic for the first year of it, and they did a really horrible job. Hundreds of thousands of Americans died because they weren't taking this seriously. But rather than accept the responsibility, accept their attacks, calling the virus fake, attacking masks, encouraging mask burning, fighting against mask mandates. Republicans, were the ones doing these things, and it caused hundreds of thousands of people to die. So rather than take the blame themselves, they're trying to focus it on Anthony Fauci, saying, no, all of our failures are because of him. He is the person you should be mad at. And I'm sure plenty of Republicans believe that, but the facts don't back it up. Blame Fauci all you want, but at the end of the day, he wasn't making any policy. There is no policy in this country, either last year or this year, that was put in place by Anthony Fauci. He doesn't have the authority to do that. So knock it off already and accept the fact that your policies are so horrible that it put hundreds of thousands of Americans in an early grave.